Joe Biden is completely cooked.
Making sure that we continue to strengthen our healthcare system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID. Excuse me, with dealing with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Here's my thoughts.
Joe Biden, wake up. Joe Biden, wake up.
Hello everyone again. Welcome back to my commentary series. This week has been a very exceptionally empty week in terms of drama and internet commentary, and I don't want to look at Reddit this time. So, I thought I would talk about current politics again. And what better topic to talk about than the most pertinent topic in politics, in American politics, at this current time. The 46th President of the United States, and his interesting performance at a recent debate that was scheduled.
Chiefing about that. My boy BD on a fucking lamb on them.
I'm not going to give any introductions to who Joe Biden is and all that stuff. You know who Joe Biden is. You know what he's about. And I'm not going to try to make this too political. But from what I've been hearing, this special debate is considerably early. And it was scheduled and requested by Biden aides. He got AIDS. Biden has AIDS.
It's all his fault that we're spending $6 billion in taxpayer money this month to help AIDS fight HIV/AIDS.
Bro, like, what the hell is this man on? Now, what would be the point of all this? Why would they do it like this? Why would they go off the cuff like this? As far as I've been hearing as well, Biden secretaries and employees, they want Biden to show strength. They want Biden to be strong. They don't want people thinking that he doesn't have good head in the bed. You know what I'm saying? They want Biden to be a good, strong leader, and they want voters to see that. So they scheduled this debate, and unfortunately, they put him out there during his sundowning hours, and he has made a complete mess of himself and has delegitimized his presence as a coherent president of the United States. If you were already a Joe Biden hater, you already do this. And if you were already someone who supported Joe Biden, and you were like, oh man, this guy's an old man, he's being old, then this shouldn't have been a surprise to you. But to literally everybody else, this was a surprise. Like, this was a surprise. Like, to the people who thought Joe Biden would be propped up as competent, to the neoliberals who thought Joe Biden can do no wrong, Joe Biden is the only man who can beat Trump, this has been a huge wake-up call, and I'm going to show you some clips real quick. Even when Joe is not speaking, he looks like he's just zoning out. He looks old. He looks completely old and out of it. Like, he has his mouth agape, he's staring into the void. He's literally that Lisa Simpson meme, bro. Like, he's literally just gone in the head, you can tell. But let's actually look at what he says. Let's see what this man has to say.
Veterans are a hell of a lot better off since I passed the PACT Act. 1 million of them now have insurance, and their families have it. Their families have it because what happened, whether it was Agent Orange or burn pits, they're all being covered now. And his group opposed that. We're in a situation where, let's take the last point first. Iran attacked American troops, caused brain damage.
Did Iran cause your brain damage? What's going on here?
Number 3, we found ourselves in a situation where, if you take a look at what Trump did in Ukraine, this guy told Trump, do whatever you want, and do whatever you want. And that's exactly what Trump did.
This guy, he told Trump, do whatever you want, do whatever you want. Like, bro, he's got the language of a kindergartner. The Democratic Party is cooked. Like, I don't know how we got to this point. It's terrible. But oh Lord, you aren't ready for the worst part. This is Joe Biden's best issue. This is abortion. This is his best issue. This is his best issue. And wait till you see what he does here. And I had to pull this clip from somewhere else, so it might look a little bit odd. But trust me, it is during the abortion segment. You're not going to think it's during the abortion segment, but it is.
Look, there's so many young women who have been, including a young woman who just was murdered. And he went to the funeral. The idea that she was murdered by an immigrant coming in. They talk about that. But here's the deal. There's a lot of young women being raped by their in-laws, by their by their spouses.
There's a woman who got raped by an illegal immigrant because illegal immigrants are rapists and murderers, and they're raping our women. That's why we need abortion. That's why we need abortion access, because those illegals are coming into our country. Oh my God, Joe Biden, what are you doing? You need to go. You need to go. It was really bad. Like, I'm surprised they didn't give him more Adderall. To summarize, he mumbled his words. He looked dazed and confused. He couldn't make a coherent sentence for a second. And Trump wasn't much better. He latched on every single piece of it, as you should. Like, I'm convinced that if your political opponent is having dementia and is acting incompetent, you should be able to address that to your constituents. I'm not saying that's wrong. But yeah, Trump was just doing that, and he was literally just going on and on. Illegal immigrants are responsible for everything, and it is Joe Biden's fault. Completely. Like, that is all Trump said throughout the entire debate. Like, literally, Trump couldn't address one question without going back to the last point that Joe Biden made. Like, let me just go back to the last point. Joe Biden said we killed 3 people. Joe Biden said the veterans don't like this guy. Joe Biden said, he said I'm the worst president. They said these economists. That's
Wrong.
not
That is
true, folks.
absolute wrong.
Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Be your own person, for Christ's sake. Morning, corn pop. Hey, Bessie, show me who won the debate last night. Come on, man. What's this malarkey? Come on. There is no New York Times journalist who thought Joe Biden won this debate. Oh my God. At this point, when I'm making this video, which is like July 2nd, every neoliberal has jumped back in line. But for a minute there, we were having freakouts like that. And I think we should continue to have freakouts like that. It's really important. I'm not voting for the corpse, and I'm not voting for the convicted felon who has schizophrenia. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Replace the corpse. Drop the corpse, man. He's dying. You let Dianne Feinstein get run into the ground. Don't run Joe Biden into the ground. Give him a break. Give him a nap. Let him go to sleep. Let him go home. Joe Biden needs to go home. He doesn't know where he is. And now onto my final point of the day. Let's hear some very pernient commentary from someone who is very close to Joe Biden, who has something to say about his debate performance the night after it happened.
Joe, you did such a great job. You answered every question. You knew all the facts.
Did he though? Did he though?
And let me ask the crowd, what did Trump do? Why?
I'm convinced that this exact clip right here, is the Pokemon Go to the polls of the Joe Biden campaign.
But I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
Jill Biden goes on a stage, talks directly to Biden's face. He smiles like a dog. Jill Biden says, "You did such a great job, Joe. You did such a great job. You're such a good boy. You did so good." And what did Trump do? Trump lied. Yes, he did. And Joe Biden, you did such a good job. Yes, you did. Didn't you, Joe Biden? Good, Joe Biden. The head can't be that good for you to say this. You need to let the man down calmly and slowly, Joe. All in all, Joe Biden, from my heart, from the bottom of my heart, the only prospect I see of you winning the election is if you start taking Adderall consistently every single day, or if you drop out and let someone else take your spot. Those are the only 2 ways you win this election, Joe. And I'm telling you right now, if I don't see you hopped up on Adderall and saying all that and acting like a crackhead, like an overactive crackhead for the next 6 months or however long the election is, I don't think I would be casting my ballot for you. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I don't want Project 25, and I don't know. I don't trust Joe Biden. I don't trust Joe Biden to drive my car. All right, I'll see y'all around.